Before this video starts, make sure you go follow me on Instagram and on Twitch at, well, my Instagram is Unorthodox Beats and my Twitch is Unorthodox Gaming 97. Links in the description. You know how we do. Let's get on with this video, baby. Wow. Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. I am Unorthodox Beats, if you haven't known that already, and this is Docs Gang. So, today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to make simple chord progressions in your beats. I know a lot of you probably just do melodies and whatever, but chords are actually pretty cool because they can make your melodies sound even more complex, and when you put them on pads, they sound even crazier. So, we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to start doing that. If you don't know anything about chords or music theory, I'm going to show you all how to do that. And yeah, let's get into it. So right now I have Omnisphere pulled up. I'm going to use it as like the example sound. I'm just going to use the regular piano from Omnisphere. It's not really a regular piano, but it's just a really ambient one. So we're just going to use that. And also, to help us out, we are going to let's add a sampler channel here. Let's also add a helper. I know there's a way to do it without doing this, but I don't care. Alright, let's do the major, there we go, this one. Alright, so we got our major scale, and I'll explain why I'm doing this. The reason I'm doing this is just so that it can help us figure out where we want to place our notes. So yeah, I'm just going to choose whatever random place I want it. I'm just going to have my root note as G sharp, so just have that, and I'll just copy it everywhere I see G sharp. G sharp. Alright, this should be good. You guys shouldn't be going this high, I don't think. Yeah. Alright, cool. So now with our, what's it called? So now I'm just gonna open up, I'm just gonna go to my Omnisphere real quick. Okay, so this is my Omnisphere one with the piano or whatever. So when you're doing chord progressions, let's say we're starting with this one or whatever. Let's start from C sharp. I'm just gonna work my way up this one. So when you're doing chord progressions with the ghost channel, what I like to do is place a note wherever I want, wherever I'm feeling it, and then I skip every highlighted note. That's like the easiest way to do it. So I'm gonna start off with C sharp, and then I'm gonna move from D sharp, since that's the next highlighted one. We're gonna skip that, and then we're gonna go to F. So this right here is, we're gonna start off, and then after that we're gonna skip the next highlighted one, which is G, and then go to G sharp. So this is our first chord. It's a G major, I think, or no, C sharp major or something like that. I don't know. I don't know music theory that well, but I know this method. So yeah, it's gonna sound like this. Very nice. And of course, when you put a chord down, that doesn't mean you have to keep it there. You can move it wherever you please. So you can move it up here, move it down here, anywhere. So I'm just gonna, and notice how those notes kind of sounded like they would work as a progression, and I'll explain why that is later. So now that we got our first note down, our first chord progression down, now we want to move on to another one, like another chord to get us going. So the way we do that is by using this top note to help us. So this A sharp right here, this is what's going to help us choose our next one. So we're going to use this as a guide. So from A sharp to what note would sound good? So we're going to go from A sharp and maybe, let's go C sharp. I kind of like that one, so let's do C sharp. So I'm just choosing whatever highlighted note is there, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, so that's what we got so far. So now we're just going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to do it backwards, I guess. I'm going to choose this one, skip the highlighted, go to the next highlighted, and then skip another one, and then go right here. So now our chord progression is going to sound like this. Oh, whoops, wait. That's wrong. Alright, so I made a mistake real quick. You don't skip to the next highlighted one for this one. What you're going to do, let me start over with that one. What you're going to do is skip 2 notes and then go to the next one, and then After that, you're gonna skip 3 notes. So 1, 2, 3, and then go to the next one. That's how you do it. Okay, so we're using those ghost notes to start off and do the whole skipping thing. That's how we start off. That's how we're gonna help ourselves start off. But then when we go to the next one, we're gonna forget about the ghost notes thing and then just follow that 2-3 pattern. So that we get our major chords. So here is what that would sound like. Alright, so next we're going to move on to another chord progression, and let's try. Alright, and then instead of just like counting, I'm just going to copy and paste these. So just make sure that there's a space of 2 notes between the top 2. So right here it's 2 spaces, and then the same goes for this one. Make sure there's 2 spaces so that it stays as a major chord. So that they all stay as major chords. So this is what the chord progression is going to sound like. So yeah, we got a really, really melancholy, kind of dark sounding chord progression so far. It's alright, sounding kind of nice, but what I also like to do is try and keep the chord progressions in line with each other. So what I'm going to do is just transpose these notes. So I'm just going to highlight these, hold control, press up on the keypad on the arrows or whatever, and transpose them upwards, and then now they should sound a bit different. So as you can tell, it gives us a different kind of feel, but it still sounds good, or like it still sounds like it works. So that's all I did. All I did was just shift these from here to there. All right, and now that we've got that, I'm just gonna add a quick bass line because, you know, bass lines are lit. Nah, because bass lines also like give like more volume to the beat, so, or to the melody, I should say. So yeah, we're just gonna copy all of these. Actually, like for a quick bass line, literally you could just copy these and transpose them down, just like we did for these notes here, how we just shifted them. I'm just gonna transpose them down so that we get a nice bass line. So it's gonna sound like this. So that's what we got there. Now that we've got this nice little bass line, and we've got our full chord progression, what I'm going to do now is go back to our original chords, and we're going to mess around with these top notes just a little bit. So what I like to do in these ones, I like to like mess around with these top notes. So I'm going to cut this top one in half, and I'm going to shift it, or I'm going to move it around. So I'm going to go back to that whole idea of skipping ghost notes, and I'm going to skip the next one and go to this one, and it should sound pretty interesting. So here's what it's going to sound like. Which is pretty cool. So we're going to do that we're going to skip this one now, and we're going to go to this one and do the same exact thing. So this was at C6. Thought it was at C sharp for a second, and then we're now going to go up to D sharp, since that's the next ghost note after the ghost note after the next one. So we're just gonna skip that ghost note, C sharp, and then we're gonna bring it up. So this is what it's gonna sound like. So that just adds a little bit of spice, a little, you know, makes it a bit more interesting. I figured this out a little while ago, and I haven't stopped using this method since. And also another thing we can do, instead of waiting for this note to kick in halfway between these bars or whatever, we are going to resize this. But a good way to resize both of them at the same time, instead of doing one at a time, we can hold shift, and then we can resize it so that both of them resize at the same time. So I know a lot of people have been asking me that. So that's all I'm doing, just holding shift and resizing it regularly so that both of the ones that are touching can resize simultaneously. So here's what they'll sound like. And we can even continue playing around with these. So I'm going to cut this again, And let's bring this up even more and see what it sounds like. I don't know how good this is gonna sound, but we'll try it. And then, oh, whoops, I forgot this one. Let's bring this one and bring it up. Alright, so let's hear it and see what it sounds like. Yeah, so it sounds alright. I mean the higher you get, it's gonna like the weirder it's gonna start sounding. I mean it sounds alright here, but I mean obviously you'd wanna probably stay within the same octave. Because I'm getting kind of high and further away from it, so it's going to sound a bit strange. So, well actually, and you can also play around with these. Just skip one ghost note instead. So yeah, you can just play around with these, get a feel for it or whatever. But for now, I'm just going to stick with the one. And yeah. Another thing I like to do is I like to add like another melody above my chord progression, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, just play around. Actually, let's cut this one as well and move this up. And also, let's try and move this one up here too. I hate that tool. So yeah, all I'm really doing, I know it might seem a little confusing, but all I'm doing is sticking to the ghost notes. I mean, if you're in doubt, just stick to the ghost notes, and that's really what I'm using as my guide. For like these little top notes that I'm cutting in half and then shifting up and down, I'm just using the ghost notes as a guide, and I'm also using my ear as well to see if that actually sounds good or goes good with it. And I'm also like testing, remember, you can hold down shift and then resize the notes to your liking to, you know, get that feel you want. So yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, whatever, we'll get into minor chords in another video. If you want me to do it, leave a comment below on if you want me to do minor chords. But as for this chord progression video, it's all over. Hope you guys learned something from it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you once again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, all that stuff, and see you on the next one. Peace.